Okay, so this problem right here says, in the given equation, a and b are positive constants, and the product of the solutions to the given equation is KAB, where K is a constant. So solutions, that's a keyword. Solutions is code for x-intercepts. So x-intercepts. Okay, so we can solve this problem two ways. So think about when you have like a quadratic equation, like one that's kind of written like this. I'll just make it up. Like y equals x squared plus, I don't know, 4x plus 3. That's just completely made up. But these guys can be factored, right? You can factor these if it was designed well. And let's just pretend like I designed it well. So it looks like this. Let's just pretend like somehow that factors to something like this, like x minus 3 and x minus 1. Well, the solutions are x equals 3 and x equals 1. What that means is that those are the x-intercepts of that quadratic function. So that's a parabola, and it's got an x-intercept at 1 and an x-intercept at 3, and the parabola, it's got like a happy face parabola because that's a positive a value right there. Okay, so, and I can actually open this up. Hold on. So y, I'll do a better equation. So y equals x squared. So that's minus 1 minus 3x minus 4x plus 3. Okay, so this factors to this. Okay, and the solutions are these guys. Okay, so it says, what is the value of k if the product of the solutions to the given equation is KAB? So we can do this two ways. We can do it through Desmos, or we can do it through longhand algebra. So let's try it through Desmos first, because that's probably going to be the faster way. So let me just write this down. So 57x squared plus 57b plus a x plus ab equals 0. Okay, so what I can do in Desmos is I can make it look like this kind of equation. Because after all, when you're solving these guys right here, you're basically setting this piece of it right here equal to 0. And you're solving it, right? And you're getting these guys right here. So we're going to go ahead and set, we'll put this as y equals. So y equals, I'll just kind of copy and paste this. So y equals this stuff right here. Okay. So y equals that. And then wherever the x-intercepts are, that's the solutions. Oops, this is not copy over. Okay, fix that. So let's go over to Desmos. And I'm just going to type this equation in here, just like I see it. So we'll go y equals 57 x squared plus 57 b plus a x plus ab equals 0. Just kidding, not equals 0. It's y equals that, right? So get rid of that piece. There. Okay. Now we're going to do sliders for both. Click that right there. Okay, let me just move this over here. So right here, when A is 1 and when B is 1, these are the solutions right here. And I could change these A and B values, and you're going to get different solutions right here. Well, all you need to do is just pick, you could just pick anything. Watch, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll make A1 and B1, and here are the solutions. We have the X values are the solutions, right? So let me just go ahead and kind of copy this over here, paste this in here. Okay. So what this is saying, so I can lower this here. What this is saying is that when A is 1 and when B is 1, so what Desmos is doing is plugging 1 in for B right there, right, because of that, and it's plugging 1 in for A right there, and also 1 in for A right there. The solutions are -1 and that decimal number right there. Okay, so hold on a second. If it's saying that the products of the solutions are KAB, well, these are the solutions right here. Well, if the product of the solutions are KAB, I can say that KAB equals -1 times this number over here, -0.01754. Because this is the product of the solutions, right? So that's the product of solutions. Meaning you multiply the solutions together, or you multiply the x-intercepts together. All right, well, we know the A and B that gave us those solutions. They're both 1 from right here. All right, so I'm going to go over here and say K, and if A is 1 and B is 1. Okay, so that means that 1 times 1 is 1 and K times 1 is 1. So then K equals whatever that works out to be right there. So let me get my calculator. Okay, so -1 times -0.01754. -1 times -0.01754. All right. Okay, so 0.01754. 0.01754. That's what K is supposed to be. All right, so let's just go ahead, since this is multiple choice, let's go ahead and just plug in our options. So let's see, we'll plug in A. A is 1/57. 1/57, 0.01754. And I think that's the same answer, right? 0.01754, so then that's the answer. So that's what K is. So the option is A. Okay, so the key thing to remember is solutions. When you see the word solutions right here, think x-intercepts. Okay, so now let's solve this problem using algebra. Okay, so here we are. I just copied this down and I have it set it equal to 0. So that way, this basically, remember, this is all of this is y. So when you have y set equal to 0, you're finding the x-intercepts. All right. So we're going to go ahead and just FOIL this open, or distribute this open right there and right there. So we're going to get 57x squared plus 57 bx plus ax plus ab equals 0. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and put together the kind of alike terms, and so, well, they're right together actually. You see how this term right here has, so this has the x squared, and this has the x, and this has the non-x. So it's kind of like this, like the y equals the ax squared plus bx plus c. It's kind of in that quadratic formula format where you have this x squared, or quadratic equation format in standard form, and you have just the x's and the constant term at the end right there. So we're going to go ahead and factor this. And well, this is probably going to be 57x, and this is going to be x, and you multiply your first together, you're going to get this. And then I notice over here, at the end, the last is AB. So I'm going to put an A here and a B here. And then if I do my outside, that's 57 XB, which is that. And then if I do my inside, that's, yep. So, and then everything's positive here, so I'll make it positive. And you can just double check this if you want. So if you want to completely FOIL this open, you got 57 x squared plus 57 bx plus ax plus ab, and that's this right here, right? Okay, so we did it right. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and set everything equal to 0. So we're going to do this piece right here, 57x plus a equals 0, and x plus b equals 0. Okay, and then here you're going to go minus a, and you're going to get 57x equals negative a, divided by 57, divided by 57. Okay, over here you're going to go minus b, so you're going to get x equals negative b. So we have two solutions, or two x-intercepts. The first x-intercept is located at negative a over 57. The second x-intercept is located at x equals negative b. And that's just like over here when we were, let me see, it's behind this over here. When we kind of did this dealio, right? And you found the x-intercepts this way. Same kind of process, just with a's and b's. All right, so we're over here. Now they're saying that the product of the solutions is KAB. Well, these are the solutions, and product means multiply. So if I do negative a over 57 times negative b, that's supposed to be equal to KAB. All right, well, first of all, a negative times, I can put this over 1, and negative times a negative is a positive. So I have AB. We just multiply those across the top, then go across the bottom. 57 equals KAB. Okay, and the ABs kind of wipe out. You can do this a couple ways. One way you can do it, if you want to just get rid of the ABs, is you can kind of see the divide out. You can just do this. You can go like divided by AB, and then over here, divided by AB. Boom, 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 boom. Or you could also do this. Times 1 over AB, and what you do to one side, you do to the other, 1 over AB, and that would be over 1, and these guys wipe out. There's an invisible 1 right there, and these guys wipe out. Okay, in either case, you're going to get 1 over 57 equals K. So K is 1 over 57, and the answer is A.